Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. It's that time, it's the daily news today, and I'm on the redo account, the free-to-play account again today, because I wanted to, so that's why. So the first thing I want to cover is the Showdown from yesterday, right? So at the start of Showdown, there was a 200% move damage boost that made it very easy for Aleister Black Tech to get his damage tasks done. Somewhere halfway-ish through the Showdown contest, Scopely just decided to change it to gem damage. I find that unacceptable, right? So half, or whoever played early, got to do the contest with one boost, and whoever played late had another boost. That's not fair. So, that's kind of my litmus test. It doesn't matter that there are a bunch of easy ways to win other than the move damage set I showed, right? One thing to keep in mind in Showdown, you can always put somebody with like power gems first. Put your power gems out, and then put the crappy character in the second slot. Survive to the tag. So somebody like JD Dom, for example, power gem sub, kind of keep you alive, survive to the tag Aleister Black in. He's got to choose move, choose the 5 gems, right? And then swipe once, and then swipe again. You're going to get 3 breaks on the power gems and do a lot of damage. But it does involve A, having a power gem guy leveled up, B, potentially having power gem trainers to put on your second guy, in this case Aleister Black, and C, it's more hassle to go through. So just because you can win it other ways doesn't mean it's ideal. As far as the gem boost, you could still hit hard using the multiply build, but you wouldn't hit hard using the multiply build at 5-star bronze, for example, right? And if you don't have the multiply trainers, you also wouldn't hit hard. So like, to me, it just seems like if you're going to make a super crappy card and require us to use it all month, and then on top of it make it so you have to do like cheese strategies rather to win a showdown, why are we doing this, right? Like, why are we reworking the card at all? Because if you have to tag in a power gem guy to get your damage task done, like literally, why rework the card, Scopely? You're wasting your time. You're wasting our time. Who cares about the rework? You're not buffing the trainers. It's not like you're doing anything. Like you're presenting with Aleister Black, discoherent, ancient gameplay. Yes, can you hit hard with the bleed? If you want to use props on the tour, if he's 6-star bronze, if you want to use a couple moves, use a plate that's choose to green, swipe, do all this nonsense. Is it doable? Absolutely, it's doable. But literally though, why? Why do you want to put time in a character? And I'm not saying to make him OP, but why couldn't he just do what the B tiers do, the free ones each month, even, right? Like, why can't they just hit a decent amount without crazy stuff on them? I'm not talking high damage stuff, but why do you have to put this dumb gameplay on? Literally, no one will ever use Black unless they have to, right? There's no reason to use him. If you want to use a bleed guy, there's a million better. And he doesn't really have anything else that's any good. So shame on you, Scopely, there. You dropped the ball. In the future, hopefully in the middle of a contest, you won't change the rules. Because that's literally not fair, and that's the principle of it. Not that you could do it other ways, but there's different sets of rules for different people playing the game, and that's not okay. So let's move on from there to the daily news. There are some super good offers today. What else? So there's a lot going on. We have a new blitz today. It's part of the contest that was yesterday. Also, I just want to say, Scopely, just so you know, any newer player, as I couldn't do any of the tasks, I could have maybe got some legend tasks in with the damage. Not really. I mean, that's kind of my fault. I guess I don't have anyone built up. It was more worth it to me to just get wins and get the tokens, right? So I literally did none of the showdown on my free-to-play. I just got wins and tried to get tokens by winning, using who I could win with. But I didn't have any of the CSS specifically, right? I can't get Aleister Black yet. I'm still not that close. And then in this blitz, I have none of the CSS for the tours, and then I can maybe win these, right? So when you're when people in comments say you're just lazy if you can't get the gold chest, completely not accurate, right? Like, there's no way I'm gonna get to the gold chest. And I don't know, like, I feel like there's maybe a better way sometimes to do this. I'm not necessarily sure what that is. I mean, any Seth Rollins, I think I do have a Seth Rollins on this account. I think it is this Seth Rollins, and you're not going to do damage with him, right? Again, it's way more value to just win the Showdown match and get your Evo tokens for Rusev and the Julia shards you can get, right? So, poor contest design there, in my opinion. But today we have the Blitz. The good news is you can get some Blitz tickets without CSS. You can get 6 and then I think 1 or 2 for your free claims. So I think you can get 8 tickets. Um, of course, those tours are expiring today. They're on a 24-hour timer. There's 2 of them. Get them done. You're going to go through them, and the first 2 are open and get you 6 tickets, which is nice. I do appreciate that. I think that's a good choice. And then the tickets, you need the Taker they're selling for this one. And for this one, you need the... well, you need Pat Patterson or Bundy. They swapped this because they had it wrong in the first place, so that's good they changed that. And then this one, you need Viscera, or you need Muda. So those ones you're probably not getting, right, unless you're a big spender. The other 2 you may potentially have. They're selling Taker at a good price, in my opinion. We'll get there when we get to the loots. Guaranteed item, right? So much, much better. So there's that. Make sure you're claiming your daily Blitz ticket for your faction. Get all of those Blitz done. The kickoff Blitz, you have 22 hours to get them done. I have 1 left to do. So I'm going to get that done today. The ends Friday ones, right? You're going to want to get those done if you can, as much as you can. So don't forget about those because tomorrow is Friday. So yeah, get those 2 done. You got expiring there. And I think that's it for the event stuff. I think we kind of covered that. Make sure you're doing your daily speed tour. And from there, let's look at some of those offers. 6-star silver, Bret Hart with 5 pulls, $10. Bret uses focus striker shards, which are very hard to get. So if he's somebody you need the training ability, best Bret for you. You don't have tokens. Like on a newer account like mine, this would be $10 well spent, plus I get the 5 pulls, right? So I think that's really good value at $10. I'm a fan of that offer. $1 Million Corporation, Bam Bam, 6-star silver. I don't love him as much as a lot of other people do. You can definitely do stuff with the power gems. He is new gen era, so there's that, and it does come with 10 pulls. So I do, again, think this is a good offer if you don't have him. He can be required fairly often, but of the 2, I would much rather have Taker. Taker's more relevant before 6-star, I feel like, he potentially, and then definitely at 6-star gold, he's way, way more relevant. In fact, with moments and the right trainers and stuff, you can get him well over 150 million damage in feud. So I think this is really good value. But all the offers in general like this are good value. You get the superstar and then the pulls are extra, so I don't mind those. This is the double pack of the elite loot. It's 2 pulls for the price of 1. This isn't quite a mega, it's 4 short, so keep that in mind. You won't quite get a mega, which you would want to do a mega pull if you got this. So if you do this, make sure you buy 4 more pulls, right? You'd also have to buy this one to get the mega, so that's kind of lame. Usually they put a mega's worth in there, so not really a fan of that. Also, neither of these events feed anything good. This Sunburn Slam does feed the current event going on, but if you watch yesterday's news, you know the milestones are poopy, and you'd have to spend like $300 to get to the final one, which for $300 is completely not worth it. Just spend $300 this weekend, get the character, get a plate off of the prize wall. You know what I mean? Like, there's better times if you're going to spend $300 than this midweek contest. So, but you do you, right? As always, it's your money, your wallet, your life. So yeah. So the dual packs aren't bad, right? It's 2 loots for the price of the 1. A lot of times we see a triple pack once during the month where it's 3 loots for the price of 1. So like if you're holding and this is your $100 spend for the month, I'd wait for that personally. These ones, whatever. I think these are terrible. I think those were there yesterday. No change in that, right? These just don't do it. There's way better $20 you can spend. This is 8 more of the Blitz tickets. I don't, and some props and stuff. I don't, yeah, why? Don't do it. This is still there. These are not new, so they're all the same as yesterday. And you know what I'd say. Don't do it. This is just my opinion, not to do it, by the way. So see, here's the mega pull for 100. So I don't know why they did that 1-4 short. That's kind of lame. Still like the backstage contest even today. Yeah. So that's it. Claim your free daily bag. Make sure and do that every day. And I think that's the loot offers. Like I said, I do really like actually, and most days I don't say I don't say I really like offers, right? I do really like the superstar guaranteed superstar offers at 6-star silver. I think those are good bang for your buck, to be honest. Okay. I do want to call out for anyone that watching this that's free to play like me, smaller account. I'll talk about it too when I do my prize wall review. But like on a little account like this, guys, I don't know if you're aware, but my solo contest, I believe there's only 3 medallions you can get. There's oh yeah, 3 medallions you can get. 1, 2, 3 for me at League 13. I can get 3 medallions for the solo event, the month-long contest. And the choices this month are phenomenal, but there's only one choice. And honestly, anyone with any size account that can get 2 prize wall tokens should only get Braunbreaker if you don't have him. He's a dual MP trainer. Um, they're the best trainers really in the game, the dual MP trainers, like bar none. The stuff you can do with them is kind of unparalleled compared to anything else. Monster Bomb I could see being tempting for people, but don't do it. If you don't have Braunbreaker, you have eyes only for this. Please don't buy anything else if you don't have Braunbreaker. Only buy this. Don't even buy the Julia shards. Even if that recruits you Julia, don't do it. Get Braunbreaker. I'm telling you, save the 2 for Braunbreaker. If you don't have them, it's the best thing you can do for your account. Like bar none, must be done kind of thing, right? You'll thank me someday. Just if you get 2 tokens and you don't have Braunbreaker, do that. I for sure will, and then my free-to-play account will have all 3 dual MP trainers. Crazy. So yeah, I also wanted to say that at some point in here, and like I said, I'll do that in my prize wall video as well. Which incidentally, just for daily news, let's see what this looks like free-to-play. I mean, the Bundy shards probably gets me close to him, so I'd be inclined to do that at the end of the month, to be honest. So I started playing, I don't know how many shards I have him. Was I playing his month? Not really, maybe a little bit. I'll have to look. So yeah, that's kind of interesting for this account, not really for probably most accounts, but so as promised, let's do the offer review. So we have the elite loot here, which this is actually, so guys, this is actually a pretty solid loot. In the sense that you know exactly what you're getting. It's shards probably, but you know which shards those are going to be for the most part. You don't know quantities and that sort of thing, right? So a featured is definitely gives you 1 mega rare, which is not the top one. A mega pull gives you 1 mega rare, which there's 38% chance to get a mega rare. So honestly, guys, this guarantee, usually they're better than this, but at the 38% clip rate, that's 1 in 3 pulls. So your 1 guaranteed doesn't really kind of mean a lot, if that makes sense. It should really be a featured. So I guess by that note, the 20 pull is fine. So let me take that back, that you should buy 4 more. Just do man, yeah, just do four of these. Get the super rare probably. Let's see who's in the super rare though. 1. Ah, that's why. Okay. So Mega Rare is going to guarantee you Julia shards, which a lot of people are after. Julia, if you have a good account, the S you don't necessarily need to spend to get. So if you're a big spender and you're trying to do this to recruit Julia, just know you're just spending the money to do it early, and you don't need to do it. It's kind of wasting it, right? Alistair Black would be nice to get early for his contest, as would Julia, because you can also get the prize wall. So at the same time, I do get that, right? Because if you have them at the start of the contest, you a lot of times likely to get a plate. But it's EO, it's Ray Phoenix, and then it's the 2 new ones from this month, right? So it's a really solid loot pool if you're close to EO, if you're close to Ray Phoenix, you know, and then you want to kind of hedge your bets for these 2, maybe have a chance to get them early. I get why people pull on this loot. I personally just don't love it, if that makes sense. You're going to get a lot of 5 shards, right? In the comments, you're going to get a lot of 5 shards of these guys, 10 shards, 15 shards of EO and Ray. And then in here, you're going to get a lot of lower shard counts of Alistair Black as well as Julia. Now, can you hit poster a full card? Absolutely. But just know that most of it's going to be low quantity shards, and it doesn't feed any other event going. So really you have to ask yourself, you know, is it worth it to spend 100 here, to spend 20 here? Would I be better off on a weekend, you know, like where $100, $200 goes a long way? That's typically what I mean when I say I like to save up and do my spends at one time. when I can guarantee myself stuff. Instead of getting like nickel and dimed, I'll skip out on the $20 loots, no matter how appealing they are, right? And then do a bigger loot instead when I get myself something guaranteed. So, although I don't hate this loot at all, actually, because you very much know what you're going to get, right? I just hate that it doesn't feed any contests. So you're not getting anything but shards. You don't know the quantity of shards, but you know that's odds are that's what you're going to pull, right? So just keep that in mind. And with that in mind, I think you can make a good choice because you know your wallet. I don't. We talked about the SummerSlam yesterday. Nothing changed. I think this is not a good loot, right? So that's still the same today. And yeah, that's what I got for you guys today. If we had a key pull, I would do a key pull. We're close. You can see I have hardly any armory currency. And I kind of like giving a little bit of perspective, free to play, like kind of daily update in here. Just to give, because I got some comments on the last one of some free to play saying thank you, like they thought they were doing something wrong and stuff like that. Because I know a lot of us, myself included, on the Mherex account, I just take it for granted. I have all the stuff. I can do everything super easy. I can get tons of stuff for free. And if you're a smaller account, newer account, heck, even a mid-tier account, you can't get nearly as much for free as somebody with a huge account. So there's free and then there's free, right? You had to pay to get your roster at some point, and you do get a bit of a return on it in the future. So anyway, I'm curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. How do you feel about the Showdown tasks changing, right? I've made videos in the past showing what you can do with your your partner, tag them in, swipe the gems, that sort of thing. It's maybe not always easy to remember, but to me, that's a pain in the butt and a hassle. Like I could do that with all my characters, because I have some really good power gem people and power gem trainers, but I don't want to. I don't think that's very fun. I find it kind of annoying. So when there's a good task where you can just use the character intended and just kind of, hammer it with them, that's much the preference. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Another edition of the Daily News.